Lindsay here, and today I'm going to show you how to make these sweet little bubble wands. So they're made from wire and beads. You could dip them in the bubbles and blow the bubbles through, and you could even put this on like a ribbon and make a pendant out of it. I got the idea from a website that I found called jewelrymakingjournal.com, and it's run by a woman named Rena, and she just has the most fabulous ideas, and she had made some bubble wands with copper wire. They were a little shorter, and I'd kind of forgotten exactly how she did it, so by the time I came around to doing it, mine looked quite a bit different, but I wanted to credit her as the original person who came up with that idea that I know of anyway. And I thought these would be great for the spring craft fair, you know, just a fun novelty item. So the first thing you need is some wire, and I am using 18 gauge aluminum wire. This package was $2, I think, at the Home Depot. And you need about 15 inches of it. I'm just going to cut that with my 3-in-1 tool here. And then you're going to need something that you can wrap around for the this bubble blower part, and this is actually a super big hunk of knitting needle, a US size 50. Now that's a big needle. And you're just going to wrap it around to make a nice big loop. Now if you don't have a super hunkin' big knit needle, you can use a pill bottle or any other round thing like a broomstick or something. And then you're going to use your pliers to bend up one of the ends so you have a 90-degree bend there, see? And then you're going to, and do this while it's still around the bottle or knitting needle, because that way you won't get your the blower part all out of whack. Then just wrap the other end, the end you did not bend, around the knitting needle around the wire about 4 or 5 times. That's just going to give you a nice base to start on. And of course I do this so much neater when I'm not making a video. So there, we've got our loop and we've got it wrapped around a few times. Now the straight piece here, which is the part we wrapped around, we're going to slide on some beads. And I'm using acrylic beads because they're lighter and they're going to, they're not going to weigh down or bend the wire, because this is only 18 gauge aluminum. It's not exactly the strongest stuff in the world. This is just a little novelty, so I'm not, you know, going to put really expensive beads on it. And then just thread your beads on. You could do a pattern, or you could just use a bunch of random leftovers. It doesn't matter. It's going to be pretty any way you look at it. These really big beads are from, they're called Urban Ice by Jessie James, and I got them at Joann's. The smaller ones are from Fire Mountain Gems, and I like them because they look really pretty, but they're also very inexpensive, so you can use them for projects like this. Now, on this length that you beaded, having a hard time talking today. I really got to start talking before I, out loud before I turn on the video camera. I'm going to make a bend in the wire about 1/4 of an inch above that last bead. And then I'm going to use a round thingy. This is a jump ring maker, but you can use a pencil if you don't have one of these. And I'm just going to wrap my wire around the largest part of that, and this is going to be the handle. Alright, so it's just like what we did with the knitting needle. And now I'm just going to wrap that tail around the piece of wire that's got all the beads on it. And it's going to make it nice and neat. You can use pliers to hold that steady if you want to, but I'm just kind of going to hold it with my fingers and the jump ring maker. There. You can kind of see that. I'm going to slide my jump ring maker thing out, and I can kind of twist it around if it's not looking so hot. I'm just going to take this end and curl it into a spiral. Just with my pliers, nothing fancy. You just want to make sure that it's not going to poke anybody, basically, is what you're trying to do here. And also make it fairly pleasing. Now this leftover long piece, I am just going to continue, just like it's in the same direction I started wrapping, I'm just going to go around these beads in a spiral. It's going to add a little strength to the design, and it's also kind of pretty. And then when I get to the top, I can put another little loop on there. Now this is like, you're going to end up with different amounts of wire on your, like leftover, depending on how many beads you used and how long you cut your wire. So just be creative. It doesn't have to end in the same place. If you have more wire here or there, you know, you can wrap it however you think it's going to look the nicest. Now look at that. Isn't that fun? I think these are so pretty, and they would make lovely little gifts for any little girl in your life, or even yourself. They'd be awesome wedding favors too, don't you think? Well, I want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy crafting!